if you are in or around my generation, this message in this video is made strictly for you. As you are younger, most likely if you're watching this video right now, that means that you most likely don't have the experience, the knowledge, or the tests of hardship to understand how to handle your financials in the right way, which is fine. It's why you're here. And of course, you are not to be blamed, because without years and years of failure, of successful endeavors, and managing your money in a successful way, it's hard to know how to manage your money in a way that will scale, that will allow you to save a lot, that will allow you to invest properly, and that will allow you to reduce your expenses in ways that will really give you time and location and financial freedom. But if you want those things, keep watching, because that's what I'm about to go through right now, is how, if you're younger, if you're around my generation, maybe 10 years older, 10 years younger, you name it, and you want to have a financially secure and free life, here's exactly how to do it and how I've done it at the age of 24. And I even had it when I was 19 years old. And we have a huge warning I want to give you. The information you are about to learn and go through, I have learned the hard way. I learned from watching my family live in welfare apartments in someone else's basement. Because when my dad's business, when I was very young, went bankrupt, we lost everything. We lost his business, we lost our house, we lost even our cars. They were taken away by the repo man. So I understand, and I've seen and witnessed what it takes to bring your financial situation from having nothing to being literally completely financially free and dependent on no one but yourself, which of course I'm sure is something that you would like for yourself. So without further ado, here's how to become financially free and financially secure if you're in the younger generation. Number one, stop spending money on so much fun stuff that you just want. I know, and I get it. But the consumerism that is inbred into you, most likely, you need to let go. You don't have to have the best of everything. You don't have to have the best iPhone. You don't have to have 25 pairs of sneakers. You don't have to have Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, and 25 other streaming services. You just don't. You need to realize that if you want to live with those things and have extremely high expenses, it will be extremely difficult for you to save money, invest money, and more, because everything you are making is constantly going out of your account and being wasted. Now, of course, before you jump down my throat, I'm not saying that you can't have some things in life that you enjoy. Of course, you can have a streaming service, maybe two. You can have a couple pairs of shoes, but you don't want to go crazy and spend all of your money on eating out every single night and partying nonstop and doing all the different things that a lot of the times the younger generation tends to do. Why? And how do I know that? Because I'm in it. I know what myself does. I know what my friends do. I know what friends of mine do. And I know what goes on in this generation. We want to consume. We want the things we want. We will pay and do whatever we can to get them, which that drive is needed. That drive is critical for your success. We need to apply that drive to something else in your life, not just buying crap and then going, well, I'm broke. Well, I wonder why, because you keep spending your money on your addictions, on things that are just wasteful, you will never use in the next 10 years, and just on unnecessary upgrades and the best of the best that is draining your bank account. So that's the first step. Try your best to not spend so much. Now, even more important than number one is number two. You need to earn more. Because often when you're younger or in the younger generations, because you don't have the experience that you need, or because you haven't been in the industry long enough, because you aren't knowledgeable at all, because you're young, it's very difficult, or can be difficult, to grow your income, to move up into other positions in a company, and to get raises and do all these different things. So what you need to do is do your best to work as hard as you can if you're at a job, which is the majority of people in our age range. You need to make sure you are working overtime. You need to make sure you are asking for raises every 6 months. And you need to make sure that at every opportunity to move to a higher position in the company, or to move to a different company and work for them instead because they have higher wages or have that potential to scale up, you take them. Because your income, if you're working at a job, is directly proportional to the hours you work and how much you are paid per hour. So if you want to have a lot more money at your disposal. You need to work more hours, invest more time in learning how to become better at your job, show that you are qualified for higher up positions, and do everything I just said to move up in the ranks in the hierarchy of the job structure, or the more official structure of how most people operate in life. So they go to a 9 to 5, and that's perfectly fine. They go to 9 to 5 and they work. But if you aren't working enough or at a high enough income job, you have to change something. Because if you don't, you will keep making that low income, and it will be almost impossible to save, or seem impossible to save, and seem impossible to have money at the end of each week or month or year, because you aren't making enough that will give you more leg room to make those mistakes and expenses and make those certain other mistakes financially. So increase your income in every way you know possible. Working more, working overtime, working at a different position, working for a different company, maybe even getting a second job. If you're really a workaholic, get a second job. It's okay, you can do it, and you're gonna make a ton more money when you do. Now, if you truly want to be wealthy, I mean seriously wealthy enough that you will have time and location and financial freedom for the rest of your life, here's what you need to do with the money that you save and have. 1, some of it needs to be invested. As much as you can afford needs to be invested in a variety of things that can generate you passive income, such as dividends from stocks, cryptocurrency, real estate, you name it. The lower options, the ones that are more affordable, especially if you have low income, are cryptocurrencies and stocks and different things like that, because they can generate you income while you're working and while you're sleeping. You don't have to consistently put effort, time, or money into it. Although you should, on a monthly basis, put money, some of the money you save, some of the money you generate, put some of the money you have into these 2 different places, most likely stocks, cryptocurrencies, and different kinds of investment portfolios. This will, over the years and during the years, as you operate within them, generate you passive and growing income that can scale and that will pay you years and years and years down the line. And of course, something else that you can do that's pretty cool too is, if you are going to make an expensive purchase, try to purchase things that appreciate in value. So if you're going to buy a watch, buy a nice enough watch that actually increases its value over time, because then, say you get sick of the watch, you don't use it anymore, you can sell it and make money from it more than you purchased it for. So you want to buy things that are called assets, things that appreciate in value over time. Because by doing this, you can grow your income, grow your net worth, and be able to have more money and time freedom at your disposal. This next one is something that I suggest that every young to middle-aged person does. Maybe even older generations, depending on what they want to do. You need to start, I highly recommend, a side business of some kind. In your extra time, when you're not at your job, when you're not hanging out with your friends and doing whatever you like to do, which is cool. You want to make sure you have and operate some kind of small business that is capable of scaling in income. Which means that you want this side business because a business can be sold later, it can generate passive income, it can do a lot of different things. It can involve tax write-offs to save you money. There's a ton of different stuff that you can do with a business, and by having one, you potentially will even need to work at your job after a certain amount of time once your business generates enough income to replace your job. And then you're working for yourself, and you can really, really scale it and earn a whole ton more. Now, this last thing is also very important, so pay very close attention. You need to make sure you are paying off your debt and working on increasing your credit score, because the credit score you have determines your payments. A lot of times it will determine the interest and size of the payments you make on your house, cars, vehicles, recreational vehicles, and all these different things. So you want to make sure you are paying off your debt, pay double what the minimum payment is on any credit card or any form of debt, pay more than what is recommended, and make sure, absolutely make sure, you're doing things to increase your credit limit and increase your credit score, because by doing that, again, you're going to pay less when you go to buy things that are expensive that you have to buy at some point in your life or might want to buy at some point in your life. And as well, there are other things in life that your credit score and reducing your debt will allow you to really, really, really grow in how much you're worth and how much you save and how much you have. Because as well, when you, for example, pay off your debt, debt always has a large amount of interest usually attached to it. So if you pay off your debt, now you aren't paying interest. You technically are making the money you were going to spend on interest and keeping that for yourself. So pay off your debt. Don't be afraid to pay off your debt as much as you can handle, and make sure you are improving your credit so then you save money and can have more money for investing in other parts of your life and investing in assets. So before we go, I just want to say one more thing. If you're in my age range or anywhere around it, or even maybe even older or younger, you need to stop caring what other people think, because that is most often, a large portion of why people make certain decisions in their life, especially financially, in the things they're buying, the things they're investing in especially these shoes and more luxurious goods they buy. They do it because they want to look good for other people. They do it because they don't feel insecure for some reason. They're not as confident in themselves, and they want to be flashy. They want attention. They want all these different things. The more you can feel more secure about yourself and feel good enough about yourself that you don't have to buy these things to impress other people, the more you will in general be happy, the more you will enjoy life, and the more money you will save and not waste on things that you don't even actually care about. Like, for example, I'm at a place in my life where if someone messes up my shoes, if someone was to mess up my laptop, if someone was to, mess with some of my gear that I use for recording and all these different things, of course I'm going to be upset about it. But I feel okay because I have the ability to replace it. Stuff is just stuff. Things are just things. That's not why I generate money. I generate money to build a family, to be able to travel the world and have the experiences I want in life, and to have freedom and not be in control by someone else or some other entity. And that's what you should try to reach for in your journey, whether you're working a 9-to-5 or whether you're going to be an entrepreneur like myself. It doesn't matter. Aim for something more than just getting more stuff, because getting more stuff and more of this stuff will not fulfill you. I guarantee it. So, my friend, that is all I have for right now. I really hope that you paid close attention to my words and that you listen and follow them, because you can be financially free and financially thriving and earning and making and saving tons and investing tons and tons and tons of money. But in order to do so, you have to be wise and careful and think about how you are going to use the money you generate in life. So make sure to like, comment what you liked about this video, what you didn't like, what you want to see next. Make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you in another video. Go click and find another video. All my videos, I make sure I deliver value and generally show and do help people. Make sure you go watch another video and do the same thing. Replicate this process, because I need more subscribers. I want to get to 10,000 and 100,000. The reason why is because I love helping people, and the more people I can help, more happy I get. So take care. I'll see you in another video. Oh, wow, I can't speak today. I'll see you in another video very soon.